Hello, it's an amazing afternoon. You're welcome to today's, what will I call it, webinar or session. I just want to have a short session today. Today I want to talk about why Nigerians don't like to talk about mental health. We don't talk about mental health majorly because of stigma. The stigma is so much, it's so loud, even in the silence. And many times when people are down with some strange feelings, maybe they feel overwhelmed, they feel anxious, they feel sad, they don't know what to do about it. And most times when they discuss it with people, what they tell them is, don't worry, you'll be fine. Pray more, you're just overthinking it. Or they even now say, what have you gone through that others have not gone through? Even other people have it worse. So they start to compare the person's condition or um, problems or feelings with another person's own. And so what people do is just they just keep quiet. Nobody will understand what I'm going through, so they keep quiet. And sometimes the way people even talk about illness. Like when you hear the word mental illness, the first thing that comes to mind is madness. Yes. So, and then I'm not trying to blame parents. I'm not trying to blame the culture, but people don't understand the pattern of what to look out for or how to recognize mental illness or even how to name it correctly. And so, one of the reasons why people don't talk about mental health in their homes, like I said, stigma, but one of them is because of the way we have been conditioned in our culture. We don't frame weakness, we see it as weakness. We see mental illness as weakness, and so we don't want to associate with weakness. So, like we say, I do hear about it in overseas that Nigerians are very strong, they are resilient, they can go through anything. And it is not really true because we like to suppress our emotions. We don't want to feel anything. We don't want to show anybody. We don't want people to see that we are going through something. So we rather keep quiet and suffer in silence because everybody consider Nigerians to be strong. So we frame that resilience so much that we say strong people don't complain, right? So no, people are not allowed to complain. And we have this survivor mindset, like I said. So you're a survivor, you have to fight it and fight it through. So everybody just keep quiet. And sometimes it is just spiritual framing, like we just say it is spiritual. Like it's a spiritual attack, so you have to fast more and pray more. And when people that are not able to fast more and pray more, when they go through this, they just keep quiet because they know that what the other party will say is that just pray more. And so they keep quiet. I just want to clarify that faith is very important here, but faith goes alongside with your medical, psychiatric treatment, your therapy. They don't replace each other. And so it helps, it goes alongside your prayers. One should not replace the other. The medical treatment should not replace faith, and faith should not replace medical treatment. So they go together. And stigma, that was the first thing I mentioned, fear of being called mad, fear of being labeled as someone that is depressed, fear of being called any name, weak, unstable, mad. That's those words people don't want to align or to be identified with it. So because of that, they don't want to speak up, and it's because we're not getting it right. That is why we are calling mental illness mad, and that is why we need to reframe it. And that is why um this this is why I'm making this video. And sometimes, and looking at our older generation, they don't really have the vocabulary for mental health. They don't have the right word to name it or to label it. So they rather call it what they know in the culture. They call it, attack from wherever and anywhere. And but for younger generation that we are now aware of mental illness is. We don't really have the good understanding. We are aware that there's mental illness, but we don't now have good understanding. So most times we are always misunderstood. Another thing is lack of awareness. A lot of people don't even know how to identify mental illness. They don't know how to identify it. They don't know what anxiety looks like. They don't know what depression looks like. Because when they see a colleague who is going through illness, they may misinterpret it as weakness or laziness. Yes, they may misinterpret, some people's behavior can be misinterpreted as as disrespect. When someone talks out of someone that is already high on substance, they just say, oh, this person is does not even respect others, is just talking anyhow, not knowing that the person is um already battling with some form of disorder. So that also makes us not to talk about mental illness now for in Nigerian families. All right. Oh, and then the fact that people always talk about not bringing our family outside, don't talk about our family, whatever happens in the family stays in the family. That also makes people not to talk about mental illness in the society or discuss it. They feel like what happens in the family stays within the family. All right. So that also happened. And there is even a story of someone I just there is a story of someone that I can remember now who has been having these mental challenges for some time now, and the family members are not aware of what has been happening. So they have complained. This lady, they just know that she suddenly said she doesn't want to work again. Like, she started a business, I think popcorn business, and then and she was doing well. And after some time, he just said it's not doing again. And the family members were like, okay, what happened? They don't understand. And after a few weeks, they started noticing that started to behave somehow, and they felt like that it's possibly that village people are doing this for a person. How would somebody leave a good business? I'm coming. How will somebody leave a good business and come to the house and say he's not doing anything again and start to just do anyhow? They don't understand what is happening, and they couldn't say it as because this person is the firstborn, and they'll be like, how will people? What will people say? What will people say? What will people say about our family if we tell them that this person is doing this? So they don't want to talk about it. So, and the cost of being quiet is because is the